You're listening to an ATYL Media production.
Drivers, this is your warning. Race above the yellow line. If in NASCAR's judgment you go below the yellow line to improve your position, you will be black flagged.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to another week of Below the Yellow Line. Check your mirrors. There might be a car low. You want to keep it on the high side. But we're going to take you below the yellow line right now. Welcome back. My name is Nicosia alongside Buddy Pulley for another week of NASCAR action. This week, we came to, the series traveled to EchoPark Speedway, Atlanta Motor Speedway.
I was about to say, what'd you just call it?
Yeah, I have to say both because I just can't, I can't get down. I understand the EchoPark reasoning, but I just can't get down with it. But one of the best tracks on the schedule, in my humble opinion. I think a lot of people agree with that. But a lot of great headlines from the weekend. We saw some first-time winners. We saw some back-to-back repeat wins. I don't think we've had one of those. And, there's only 6 drivers ever won the first 2 races of the year.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then we had a little truck dominance as well. We'll dive into all of it. Buddy, anything happy or exciting happening over in your side of the world before we get going? America's Cat.
Happy?
Show him to us.
Happy?
Somebody said happy. Happy looks like he's got some strong opinions about the
dude. Yeah, he's
weekend.
always got some shit to say. America's Cat.
America's Cat. Nothing.
Yep.
I'll take nothing less. Well, I guess we'll dive right into it. Trucks were the first race up on the slate this weekend. Yeah. It was one that there was some weather that affected the finish of this because of what had happened early on in the afternoon. It looked like, saw some videos from some drivers in pit lane or in the garage area, and it looked like they were just spending a weekend at the lake.
Yeah. I want my money back for the ticket for the race that I didn't go to. I mean, for them robbing me of the last 8 laps or whatever like. Dude, the outrage was ridiculous. Like, Corey Haim had the audacity to start about it on pit road. Dude, you still haven't told us your Starbucks order. I don't want to hear it. Like,
oh my god! I mean, I saw a lot of people moaning about how they couldn't just reschedule the truck race to another day or run it before or after the Cup race, and it just like for 8 laps. Obviously there's some logistics that go on behind the scenes here for NASCAR as a sanctioning body to make a decision to reschedule a race. I mean, it's not like they cut half the race out. Like, no, it was
8
not
laps.
A big deal. I didn't think. People seem to make a big deal out of nothing. They should be usual.
I mean, think about all the overtimes we've gotten in Truck Series history. There you go. There's your damn 8 laps, and here's your sign. Like, I mean, come on now.
Get all 8 of those laps back, thinking about all the overtime.
Dude, you know how many truck races I wish would have eaten into 8 laps before they did?
Oh, dude, more than quite a few.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It was a really good race. The trucks there, these guys were out of control. Obviously, the hot debate all week was NASCAR licensing and like who should have them, who should be out there, who shouldn't be out there, and who the f is Adam Andretti?
I have no idea.
Seems like a nice guy, but he was
brought up. I imagine he's part of the Andretti family of drivers.
Yeah,
I never heard his name in my life before.
No, he's running St. Pete next weekend. But he made his first start at Atlanta. I mean, to be honest with you, he looked like anybody else who hopped in a truck for the first time at a super speedway where it's, on edge the entire time. I mean, I don't know. It was just, he got out there and I was like, did we not just have this conversation?
I feel like it's one that's not going to go away because they're going to let these hot seat drivers jump in. No. I'll tell you, he looked a lot better than Chris Wright, though, this week.
He did.
That's not a big surprise, I don't think, to anybody who knows anything about racing or anything about Chris Wright and his racing career. Respectfully, Chris, respectfully, if you're a friend of the show, Chris Wright.
He ain't a friend of the show.
Yeah,
I don't know what he did this weekend, but at some point I saw someone do something incredibly stupid. And I was like, who the hell was driving that truck? Or I can't remember if it was Xfinity or truck. It was one of the two. I was watching that. I was like, who the hell was that? And they were like, Chris Wright. And I was like, oh, okay.
Tracks.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Duck likes water. All right.
But it was a great finish to this race. I mean, Kyle Busch comes down, runs for Spire.
That's right, dude. F them kids.
That's right. I mean, for me, I think it's great that they're letting Cup drivers come and take that step back into the lower series. I understand there's opposition to it. It's like, okay, what about the guys who run weekly for a championship? But like, isn't my argument to that is they're not going to run a full season, these Cup drivers and these O'Reilly's drivers.
They can't run chase races.
Yeah.
They can't,
Doesn't it help, though, make these weekly drivers more experienced when they have to go out there and race? Like, Caden Honeycutt's a great truck driver. Yeah. But then you see him line up next to Kyle Busch. What can a driver, and I'm using him as an example, but like, what can a driver like Caden Honeycutt learn from somebody like Kyle Busch who is as good as he is in those trucks with the pedigree of racer that he is in that series? Like, I think there's something to that. And while we don't appreciate the benefit of it right now, maybe down the road when Caden Honeycutt is doing bigger and better things, he can look back on that experience and have learned something and put it into application later on in his career. I mean, I don't know if that's like wishful thinking or not. No,
I think you bring up a good point. I think we found a good balance. I think it's like 8 and 10, 8 truck races, 10 Cup O'Reilly races. I didn't say it. But I think that's a good balance. I mean, I'm kind of excited for it. I think it is cool to see those guys go and mix it up with Cup guys because it does make them better. We've heard it for years that they like it. A lot of them like it from time to time. It got to the point where they're running every week, and so we had to put it into that. But I think I'm fine with the 8 or 10 races they get to run. I think that's fair.
I think it helps kind of draw audiences to those races too. Like, I mean, I try to watch as many truck races as I can through the year, listen to them on MRN or NASCAR Racing Radio or whatever you get nowadays. But when Kyle Busch is racing, I'm going to pay a little bit more attention because he's somebody who I'm paying attention to other parts of the weekend also. So, it just kind of keeps it fresh. I think it grabs people's attention, but I think it's been a lot of fun so far this year. I'm excited. And I think you see that spill over into some of the O'Reilly stuff, but we'll get to that in a minute. This race though, as MJ told me this weekend, the power of friendship came together and overcame the field. Carson Hocevar and Kyle Busch working together in kind of the final stages made for some entertaining media, after the race. You see Kyle Busch starts to burn it down at victory or at the stripe. And here comes Carson Hocevar.
A little bit shake and bake, baby.
He gave him the high five. They got the photo. They did the whole thing. And it was fun to see, especially after last year in the Cup Series with the two of them kind of button heads. It's not like nobody can work with Carson Hocevar. He can play ball with people, and in this situation, it worked out for everybody involved, especially as he's running, with a teammate for Spire right there. But it was fun to see both of them kind of have that opportunity to have some happy media time together.
I'm just glad they got Kyle Busch a hat.
Oh,
you got a car, dude. That poor guy. That poor guy, dude. Look,
time comes for us all.
Hey, dude, MPD, dude, MPB or whatever, male pattern, but MPD, you know what I mean.
MPB, male
Thank
pattern
you.
baldness.
Yes, yeah. Look, hey, Kyle Busch is bald, and I can't pronounce.
Time comes for us all, and it comes for the hairline first, apparently.
Yeah.
Just ask everybody else in the Cup Series field. There's, we're losing hair left and right in that series.
Yeah,
but
the bald wave is coming.
A big bald, beautiful wave. But I mean, not a ton besides that from the Truck Series. I was really happy to see Kyle Busch win. Is that a good deal for everybody? Entertainment values through the roof. Good race.
I'm sure the Kyle Busch fans are happy. I don't know. Not to promote another podcast, but I don't know what the DBC rules are, if they're getting laid tonight or what. But
I think they're getting something.
I've never gotten laid after a truck win, so.
It really?
Well. Anyway,
I'm sure there's a lot of.
I'll tell you after the show.
There's a lot of happy Rowdy fans out there this weekend, even though it didn't work out as well for him on Sunday. They were getting rowdy after the truck race, maybe. Anyway, we're gonna watch Buddy choke to death now.
Oh
Anyway.
Man. I'm back.
O'Reilly's Auto Parts
Dude, how about that O'Reilly Auto Parts race?
I still a mouthful. I still am having trouble. I think
It was the Busch Series.
Victory Lane. Somebody called it the Xfinity Series again, so it's not just us. Everybody's having some.
Somebody called it the Busch Series this week.
Oh hell yeah!
Somebody
Busch Series
did.
Mentioned. I was there. I'm here for it, brother.
Yeah.
It was the race of the weekend to me.
Always is.
Always is.
There's a reason why CW's ratings are through the roof.
What about that booth? Talk to me about Adam Alexander. Did
Inject
you listen to that?
Inject that into my veins. Like just, the Fenty fold on Adam Alexander, Parker Kligerman, and Jamie McMurray commentary, dude. Like, I'm telling you, dude, the way Parker screams, Sheldon's in the lead, as Jamie and Adam scream about Austin Hill getting turned. Oh, dude.
I don't know where they've got
Chef's
this
kiss.
magical chemistry, but don't touch it.
No,
it's
don't touch
perfect.
No.
Right now, from what we've seen so far, it is the best booth in NASCAR this year, in my opinion. I think
it's one of the best booths I've ever heard in my 25 years of watching NASCAR.
Jamie McMurray, low key, one of the smartest. I don't even think it's low key. I think he's one of the smartest guys.
Oh, 100%.
To be an analyst, to be on broadcast, anywhere he goes. Did you hear him say "turd in the punch bowl" this week pre-race too? That was a good one. Also, he dropped that line talking to some fans on a hot mic down in the infield. That was fun as well. So Jamie McMurray with the analysis on point, but also a man of the people.
Incredible.
A man of the people.
Big germaphobe, Jamie McMurray.
He would hate a turd in a punch bowl.
Yeah.
But it was the race of the weekend.
Wait, hang on. You remember when he held a kangaroo? I think that was Atlanta last year.
I don't
remember that, dude. I'm sorry, my 88 that popped in my head. Jamie McMurray, germaphobe. Yeah, like kangaroo.
A germaphobe handling a baby kangaroo.
Hey,
sounds like nightmare fuel.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Yeah.
That brings us to the biggest thing we talked about last week in this series was who had something for Austin Hill. And anything is possible when Ross Chastain is on the track.
Let me tell you. That right there, that was cup shit. Cup shit.
It was fire. I mean, there were a lot of incidents that happened throughout that race. It was, talking a little bit about Rajah Caruth and Corey Day. We'll get into that a little bit, but
yeah. Not bearing the lead. Austin Hill got his shit dumped.
Austin Hill got his shit dumped. But, I think I look at it from two different sides, right? You watch back the final lap, and you see Ross Chastain get that big run of speed.
Yeah.
He's going to go to the bottom. That's where you go if you want to win in the final corner. Austin Hill kind of throws a block to Ross Chastain.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's well known enough that if you try to throw an aggressive block on Ross Chastain, he's not gonna burp the throttle for you. He's going for the win regardless. And Austin Hill goes skating through the apron, down on the apron. I mean, an unbelievable
hell of a save.
Unbelievable.
Dude, I'll give it to Austin Hill too, because he is Austin Hill, and there's reasons people don't like him. But he's also been in some of these situations where he's a good sport about it. And I felt like he was a very good sport about what happened Saturday night. So kudos to him for that. He congratulated his old teammate that he tried to beat his ass in Martinsville that one time, Sheldon Creed. I will, as much as we were rooting for just parity, we don't root against anyone, but I give a call to Austin Hill for his sportsmanship.
Yeah,
which is a sentence I didn't think I would be saying.
It was so funny to see that clip. Obviously, okay, so Austin Hill makes the save on the apron, pulls back up into the field, finishes the race. While this sequence is unfolding, Sheldon Creed gets the run to the lead, wins his first race of his career, 15 runner-up positions. Whoa. 15. The burnout looked like he saved up all the energy in the world to
he burned up all
burnout.
13 reasons and then some.
Goddamn
finally
right.
got it.
Finally gets his win.
Yeah.
I mean, Sheldon Creed to me is a driver who he's an exceptional talent, and it's been unfortunate that he hasn't been able to get the wins. I think about half of those runner-up positions could have been wins for him. In a pretty dramatic way. So it was good to finally see him break through. But again, yes, going back to your point initially, seeing Austin Hill make the walk down to victory lane and celebrate with him, there was a tweet and I was just like, I never thought I'd live to see the day, but I'm sure glad I did. That was like a bad breakup when Sheldon left the 2-car.
That was
around a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, did you drink some Coors Light for Sheldon?
Of course I did. Sheldon drank enough Coors Light for everybody, I think.
Hey, you're damn skippy. Yeah, hey, proud of Sheldon. I'm really am proud of Sheldon. That was really cool. Sheldon's a great dude. I've gotten to spend a little time with Sheldon. Feel good story. I think, it's one of those things everyone liked that,
Yeah.
So happy for him. We'll see the floodgates open, I would imagine.
So I hope so for him. I hope good things for him. Again, we don't root for or against, but he's somebody who I feel like he's got 15 wins to make up for now. He finally got through it. He's going to be hungry, I think, the rest of the year.
Not with JGR, not with RCR, but with HFT, Haas fucking team. He got it done.
I love it. The 00 car too. That Ranger car looks really good.
It was a good looking car. Yeah,
it's a good looking race car.
Yeah.
And the way he burned it down at the end. I mean, I watched that video back about 10 times. Just I don't know. They were ready to party. He didn't. Yeah. It was so funny seeing him get interviewed because there were no words. It was great. It was a feel good moment.
Yeah.
But earlier in the race, now that we haven't buried the lead.
Yeah.
Talk to me a
Real
little
journalism.
bit about talk to me a little bit about Corey Day, the 17 Hendrick Motorsports entry. What did you see out of Corey Day this weekend?
All right. Let me find the words here. Like father, like son. I mean, it was he had a showing. He wrecked. He caused a big old wreck on lap like 0 or something there with Ryan Sieg, and and then he goes into the corner and he gets into Carson Quapple, causes a big old wreck there. Sal, I'm no expert. He didn't cut no tire.
Didn't look that way to me, buddy. I'm no engineer. I'm no tech guy, but
he ain't cutting no tire.
Didn't look like a cut.
And here's the thing, we're going to talk about this too more in the Cup race. But it was one of those situations where even if he did cut a tire, it could go either way. He claims he cut a tire, didn't look like he cut a tire based on incidents earlier in the race. You don't get the benefit of the doubt. And it's something that, Corey's fast, and I felt like last year, he was just trying to get his feet under him, and now he's figured out how to go fast, and now he's just got to figure out how to meld those together to not be an absolute missile.
Yeah, he was missiling around this weekend at Atlanta. It was tough. I mean, in the twin car, though, the 88, which, let me tell you, it is the most confusing thing. I feel sympathy for the spotters on top of the roof because
they put that big old red 88 up there.
Dude, but even with that, like at a quick glance, they're the same car. It is really a rough kind of deal.
You need to get some bifocals, I guess, dude. I don't know. I have no problem.
I need extra. That's what happens when you get old, buddy. You'll see. Your eyeballs will start melting out of your head. Your bones will start hurting. You'll feel
I hope so,
great,
dude. I hope so.
Rajah Caruth on the other side of this in that 88 car, though, absolutely wasn't unfortunately in a position to really win this race.
Yeah.
But I think he wasn't in that position because he spent the whole night putting on just clinic after clinic and how to save your car and make sure you weren't wrecking. There's times
nothing
it
more.
Like he was going to clean out the field.
There's nothing more those junior motorsports cars love. There's nothing more those junior motorsports cars hate more than Austin Hill, and it's wrecking themselves.
Yeah,
that was not a sentence, but you know what I mean. Sammy Smith put Rajah just flat in the wall.
Yeah, that was a rough move.
I was like, brother, come on.
Rajah
what are we doing here?
To the outside, and Sammy Smith said, I have enough room there.
Yeah.
Atlanta seems to be a place where people like to clear themselves. We'll continue talking about that today.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Rajah, wild Xfinity race. Rajah was he was dusting off the top for everybody and put on a hell of a show. There's certain guys, man, theme of the show. They had flair and excitement, and it's really cool to see what Rajah's doing in a fast race car. So
yeah, I saw Mark Martin tweet at him that Rajah made a fan out of him this weekend, and he wanted to share his Gucci Mane playlists with Rajah. So
hell yeah, dude! Friend of the show, Mark Martin.
W after W for Mark Martin, friend of the program. Honorable mention from this O'Reilly's race was the '99 car of Parker Retzlaff in that Viking
shout out to him. Actual friend of the show.
Yeah, actually a friend of the show of ATYL.
Yeah.
A big finish for him.
Yeah.
I think we've seen Parker, we saw him at Daytona in that race where Harrison Burton won. We've seen him in the O'Reilly series. We've seen him all over the place, kind of finding that home this season with teammate Anthony Alfredo in that Viking Motorsports camp. Seems like they're trying to really put something special together with those cars. And it was great to see, everything kind of work out for him to get that run to the end. So
Parker's
Sheldon,
Parker's a hell of a talent. And if he can just find some consistency and get him some good cars underneath him. I mean, we've seen flashes before, but he's really someone that I think if he could get in a really good car, that's not knock the Viking, but getting a top tier car, he could do something. But what were we gonna say about Sheldon? Take me higher.
Well, it seems like it seems like Viking is trending in the right direction.
Yeah.
I don't know if you consider that top tier equipment yet, but they remind me of a young Spire where they're trying to put pieces into play. I don't know what their financial situation is or what that's all about. I don't want to know, but it seems like they're moving pieces forward from past years and doing some good things. But Sheldon Creed, just the most gratifying finish I think I've seen in a long time in this series.
Yeah. I guess the last thing from the Xfinity race, they call the Arby's car the
goddamn Xfinity race, buddy. It's not an Xfinity race anymore.
I'm sorry. Go Riley Auto Parts Series race.
We're gonna beat it into you.
Yeah,
week after week.
Hey, bullying works in some aspects. We've deemed the Arby's car the meat rocket,
the meat missile. That's what I saw on Twitter. The meat missile.
Either or.
What a suit from Carson Quapple too. He made some head turns on pit lane.
I know Carson a little bit. I don't.
How'd they get him?
I'd love to know how they got him in that suit. I would love to know what legal team, what PR team was like, got to put it on, and I want to know how many teeth he had to pull to do that. Anyway, we move on to
Lady Gaga can wear a meat dress to the Met Gala.
We calling Carson Quapple Lady Gaga now?
Carson Quapple can wear an Arby's fire suit on.
Carson Gaga.
Carson Gaga. You never know. What a matchup that would be.
Lady Quapple.
Lady Quapple. On that note, we'll move along to the Cup Series.
Please.
Tyler Reddick scores back-to-back wins to start the season in a very damaged race car. The whole front right quarter panel there was fender was off of that car. I don't know how he was able. He had a ton of speed all night, but even with the, oh, these cars are so aerodynamically sensitive. They kept the front bumper in one piece, and I guess that was enough.
Hey man,
to get the job done.
Keeping that right front cool, that's the key to success.
A lot of nice cool airflow, nice cool.
That's
they
right.
kept talking about how cold it was in Atlanta. 40-degree weather. I don't know if they've been anywhere else in the country.
I mean,
lately,
we've heard all year these tires don't wear; they just get hot. Not Tyler Reddick's.
Yeah, he's got something for him.
Hey, you remember when Dale Jr. had his fender ripped off at Martinsville that one year, and he came through the field, finished 4th? Harry Gant won his 4th race in a row, missed September. Fender cut off the car.
Something
Makes
about
you
it.
Think.
Something
Makes
about
you
it.
think.
Stop putting fenders on the cars. They're going to show Dakota looking like modifieds next weekend.
Hell yeah.
It was a great run, though, for 23-11 all night long. Bubba Wallace led a ton of laps. Was in a position to win this race himself. Unfortunately, just there were some outside factors as drivers were getting selfish, trying to make that run happen through the field. Before we get to the end of the race, though, we had some rough stuff early on. Rough weekend for Hendrick Motorsports in general. One that they want back, I'm sure. But the most notable of the bunch was goddamn Kyle Larson. Not clear.
As the Greek philosophers once said, Carlo.
Epictetus said Carlo, and that's they should have listened long ago.
Mm-hmm. That's all. Yeah, like father, like son. Like I said,
it hurts my head. Like I understand things happen in a split second on the racetrack, but Kyle Larson is a 2-time champion of this sport now, and I don't understand how your spotter says Carlo, 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 and your brain equates that to there's not a car directly underneath of me. Like, use your special eyes to see.
It was Shane van Gisbergen, so I guess he didn't need Carlo, he needed car down under. But I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
That was too easy for you.
Hey, cut that one out. Cut that.
It was just wild to see, and then the spotter apologizes, and I'm like, brother, you did nothing wrong. I don't know who his spotter is, but that guy, they should buy him a beer.
Tyler Mon,
yeah, he took the brunt.
Tyler Mon, he saves a lot of face for Kyle. Kyle, that was just dumb. I'd be a lot more mad had the old Shane van Gisbergen not had a better finish.
Yeah, he took it like a champ. Ripped across the grass in the front. I mean, he was like, okay.
I mean, dude, he took it so much like a champ. He went and did it again.
He did.
Yeah,
he found that a few times, but that for what a P6 finish.
P6
at Atlanta.
P6, yeah.
Like half dozen. Shane van Gisbergen figures this oval race and out.
He's back in the chase.
There's gonna be problems for these guys because I said this at the end of the year last year. This guy figures this out. He is going to cook people when he gets up to the front. This is a guy who raced in a series where they couldn't make contact, and now he can. And he's still figuring that out, I think, a little bit at a time.
Oh, yeah.
But he will be ready to go to the front and win some of these races.
Welcome to the Shane van Gisbergen podcast. Kyle Larson, he ran into him so hard, he passed the torch of greatest race car driver in the world to him.
Knocked it right into the front end.
Just shot it right through the side window. Right through the NACA Here you go.
Threw the helmet into Shane van Gisbergen's ear. Right there.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
That's our Dumbo Wumbo move of the week, though, is Kyle Larson. Rough weekend for Hendrick. And then the elephant in the room, address him we will. Carson Hocevar at Atlanta.
On. You said the Dumbo Wumbo move is Kyle Larson, but Dumbo's an elephant, but you said the elephant in the room is...
It's called transition, buddy.
Oh, okay.
See what we did there?
Sorry.
I got you that time. It was such a highbrow transition that you didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah. I've been going down a Disney rabbit hole lately, so slowly turning into a Disney adult.
Oh, boy. The worst kind of people.
Yeah, they need to put me down.
Oh, man. That's terminals from what I hear. But Carson Hocevar this week, absolutely
I wore my triple dipper shirt today.
Doing everything he can, throwing every triple dipper and the kitchen sink at this field to get to the front for a shot to win this thing. I mean, for me, every one of those moves makes sense if I'm Carson Hocevar. I need to win a race. The only one that didn't seem to make a ton of sense was in the overtime, where he goes to try to split Briscoe and Bell at the front of the field, getting a big push from Ross Chastain, understandably. I can't really defend Carson in that situation because it don't look good.
Thank you, dude, because I saw so many people like, well, let me play devil's advocate. Ross Chastain was pushing him. Dude, look at when someone commits a lot of crimes and then they go and commit another crime, do we not look back at prior records to determine maybe this person doesn't get the benefit of the doubt? You know, yeah. Hey, didn't I just say that with what's his name, Corey Day, Kyle Larson's kid? That was a low percentage move. He made that move look like Brad Keselowski's move at Texas that one time he was driving into the Grand Canyon. Like, it was not a good move. Not a smart. Dude, we need Carson Hocevar to do good. Carson Hocevar is a guy that adds flair and excitement to Sundays, and we absolutely 100% need that. But I'm going to start calling him that. Dude, I'm going to start calling him Baked Alaska. Because it's like, dude, he's dessert, dude. I like you. You're great. I'm excited that you're here. But why the f*** are you on fire? Like, it's just, I mean, come on now.
It was wild. And I guess for the people who are playing devil's advocate, there is a comment to be made about what would have happened if he would have checked up and not tried to fill the gap. There was a gap, and by the time he got there wasn't. And if would Ross Chastain have spun the 77 if the 77 tried to check up to avoid the contact with the 20? The world may never know. But I don't think it's a good enough excuse to sit here and say, like, that was a move, that was a high percentage move, like you said. Just I get it's a desperation move, which I don't think Carson Hocevar needs desperation moves. Like, that car ran well all day long. He cut it up with the best of the best for most of the day. And I understand you're running out of time to win a race. You're coming down to the very end. You are in overtime. But I don't think he needed that. He didn't need that level of desperation to get the job done. But hindsight is 2020. We're armchair analysts. And, better luck next time. I don't know. I'd love to see him win a race. I agree with everything you said about him. We do need him to do well.
Yeah.
But it's just not, you got to win him, but you can't win him like that.
Yeah. And it's kind of one of those things you obviously got to be critical of him, but I don't want it to get to a point to where we chop his balls off like we did Ross Chastain, because let's be real. Ross Chastain has not been the same since Darlington 2023. And I don't want to get to that point. I don't want to cut, like I said, chop his balls off and have him, kitty cat footing around. Saved it there. But around out there. But like I said, I like him, dude. Like him or not, he makes things exciting, and
it makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense too, because a lot of these drivers have won races in the field, and Carson Hocevar is running in I don't know if you'd call Spire equipment top tier. It sure seems like it's damn close.
He's taking it there
to top equipment. He's making it top equipment the way he's able to handle that car. But like, when he's running against Bell and Briscoe and Chastain and drivers at the front of the field, even his teammate coming up, Daniel Suarez, these guys are multi-time Cup Series winners. Carson Hocevar is fighting for that first career win. So he is going to do shit that normal people wouldn't think to do. He's going to do that crazy thing that seems like it doesn't make any sense, because he doesn't know when he's going to get the chance to get back up there again. And you kind of saw that too with, like, under the red flag there for William Byron's late caution. Definitely a tire going down.
Dude, hang on. Yeah. Them Hendrick cars seem to love to drive across the field in front of people. He tried to gaslight us and tell us he didn't have a tire going down. We could see the tire going down. drives flat across the field and tries to give Sal the win in the who finished last challenge.
Almost did it.
Yeah, almost did it. Hey, look, nobody can be faster than me. But yeah, that was an incident of all time there. Anyway,
something.
Yeah,
it was something. But under that red flag, you heard him kind of keying up the mic to his spotter, talking about who can we get to go shake and bake with us, which was great to hear over the headset. Like you said, Carson's that guy who has that flair, who wants to have fun in the race car, even in the heat of the moment, focusing up for the end of the race. He wants to try to work with people. It doesn't seem like anybody wants to work with him.
No,
I think resoundingly he does not have any friends. He continues to make enemies. Christopher Bell doesn't exactly strike me as the retaliatory type, but
no, he's not.
I wouldn't be stunned if there was a situation on a track, those two cars running side by side, if the 20 does not give any benefit to the 77.
Checks and balances.
Deposits and withdrawal system. That's
deposits and withdrawals.
The Denny Hamlin School of Hard Knocks. That's the one he pulls out all the time. But
yeah,
it was a hell of a weekend for Hocevar. He ended up finishing what, 4th?
We'll go with that,
I believe.
My apologies. I didn't have the results right there. I was not ready. I know Daniel Suarez finished 5th. I know Shane van Gisbergen finished 6th. I know Chase Briscoe finished 2nd. Ross finished 3rd.
It was a 4th place finish for Carson Hocevar.
I literally knew where everybody finished but him, so yeah. I'm glad you asked.
So he puts himself 4th place in the race. That kind of brings us into our first conversation about point standings this year, which is to hear the phrase, where are they in the points, and make it matter, feels like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. It's now you take this with a grain of salt, because we see a lot of guys up at the front. We see a lot of guys at the back that, we're going to see some moving, some shaking, some jiving, but it's an elevator down and a staircase up. So
absolutely. I mean, and we've seen some surprise names just looking at the standings at a glance right now. Tyler Reddick, obviously at the top of the points because of the 2 wins. Bubba Wallace now in 2nd place in points. Chase Elliott, Carson Hocevar, and then Zane Smith comes into the picture, 5th overall in points. I mean, this is what this points format is for, rewarding consistency and good driving. Zane Smith able over, the last 2 races, small sample size. I think you'll see, like you said, it's a ladder up and a slide down.
I think
we'll see this change and move and shift, but good for some of these drivers like Zane Smith, Daniel Suarez. I see, the RFK cars are pretty well planted in the point standings right now. Noah Gregson's in 12th in points. I'm liking what I see so far in how this system rewards, from the playoff format that we used to.
Yeah. Who's last in full-time Cup Series of full-time drivers?
Connor Zilich is in 36th.
Okay.
In the points right now. The rookie is in last right now. I'm sure that brings a smile to your face, buddy.
I was wondering. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, if you gotta, the points, I look at them now and it's fun to look at, because it's like, it's, I don't know, it's like playing I Spy, like, oh, look, he's up there, oh, look, he's up there, oh, look, he's down there, that kind of deal. Because, I mean, I think Bowman, Bell, Hamlin, they're all like back half of the top 20, 25th or lower, yeah.
Yep.
But you really get through these first like 5 races. You get through 2 super speedways. We got COTA coming up this weekend, and then we got Vegas and Phoenix, the 2, quote unquote, as the Darfs like to call, real racetracks. As if we don't, that's a pet peeve. Hold on, we're gonna touch on this. I've seen that thrown around. Yeah, we get to the real racing starting in Phoenix or Vegas, whichever one comes first. We have 6 super speedways and 10 and 4 road courses. That's 10 races on the schedule that just are not real. Is that what we're naming?
They're very real. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they seem to pay. Races. They seem to pay the same amount of points. In fact, one of them pays more points than just about any of them. So,
Yeah.
But no, get through these first 5 races, we'll have a pretty good idea of, then if your driver's in the basement, you probably should start worrying. Then if your driver's up at the top of the standings, all right, they can hold station. They might could hang on.
Yeah, I think after Vegas, like you said, I'll be out there to see that one in person. So I'm excited.
Yeah, boots on the ground, hard-hitting journalism, paying $25 for a beer.
There certainly won't be any hard-hitting journalism happening that weekend, but we'll be there. The body will be there, so we'll have a good time to see who's going to make it out of the fray of the first handful of races to the real racing, buddy, the rest of the season. So,
okay, all right.
Industry news, we've got a little bit to touch on, even as early as this afternoon. So right now there's this situation unfolding over at Joe Gibbs Racing. Chris Gabehart leaves Denny Hamlin's spot as crew chief last season during the year, goes and is used as Ty Gibbs' crew chief, making
That's not what happened.
Unfold.
He was like competent. Denny started the year. He left Denny at the end of 24.
Okay.
And became competition director and Ty was not running too hot, and so he became crew chief.
Do you think that all along was just a nice way of taking him away from Denny Hamlin?
No. I don't think. No, I don't think so.
That move happens regardless?
No,
I think
Ty
wasn't running well.
Well, no, because if you look back to 2024, the second half of the season, Gibbs was not where they needed to be. They hadn't won a race in like 6 months, and I think they probably saw because Gabehart. Let's be honest, Chris Gabehart's a hell of a crew chief, and he's a hell of a smart guy. So I think they saw that as an opportunity to try to elevate the entire organization. It seemed to work. Bell won a bunch of races. Hamlin won a bunch of races. Chase Briscoe won some races. Ty Gibbs, his name's above the door. And then Ty,
never a loser when his name's above the door.
No, never, dude. You can run 25th. You can catch the grass on fire all you want, buddy. You keep on trucking. But anyway, he became Ty Gibbs' crew chief at the coming in the last year. But
and that's to the tune of $25,000 a week.
I'll crew chief Ty Gibbs for $25,000 a week.
So that's some new information that we got. And we only get that information now because there is a lawsuit pending from Joe Gibbs against Chris Gabehart about stolen setup and stolen technology, whatever you want to call it. Apparently there's a Google Drive that has a folder on it that says Spire. Lo and behold,
don't we all have a Google Drive that says Spire?
Right? That's very common. Lo and behold, though, Chris Gabehart is now announced as the director of motorsports at Spire Motorsports. So I'm sure this is going to be something.
And the director of which motorsports, you ask? Spire.
All of them.
Every one of them.
It's like corporate espionage in the racing world. Everybody's trying to cheat it up. Everybody's trying to get the advantage. People are moving from team to team to team. But it's like, how you gonna put a Google Drive folder that says Spire on your Google Drive?
Is there not like a hold on? Yeah, but is there not like a non-compete clause? I mean, because here's the thing: all Gibbs is asking for is their info back, which give their info back. I mean, if somebody's already got it, what's that gonna do?
Sure.
And then money. They're not asking that Gabehart not work for Spire. They're not asking. They're not doing a lot of things that they could be doing, and so that kind of raises a red flag for me as far as like how serious is this? I don't know. It's be honest with you, if you're coming to us for court information,
you're in the right place.
I've made a lot of through the bar, but I have not the bar. So maybe you shouldn't be getting your law information from old buddy Pulley. But you like that one?
I like that one. That was pretty good. I've been to the bar, but I haven't passed the bar. That's pretty good. I'll keep that one. We're definitely not the group to look to.
Next one's $8 million.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting story to follow. Not really well versed in what the actual details of this are, but it's something that's kind of buzzing in the background as things move and shift as we move forward in the season. A little bit more positive news coming out today.
Yeah.
Keelan Harvick signing a big time kind of deal with Toyota with TRD. Yeah. And I think I know you're more familiar with Keelan than I am.
Yeah.
One thing I really drew from this when I heard about it was this is great news for Keelan Harvick, right? So great news for Toyota. But what the are Ford and Chevy doing, letting that kid squeak through the system?
I'll tell you,
not hang on, not take a shot at him.
Well, I'll tell you, I think I've had this theory for a while, because if you look at Toyota's pipeline, it's clear. He's at Rackley War now. I think Wilson development, they're another Toyota late model team. I think he could be at either or. They're probably more likely to be at Rackley just because Kevin has a stake in the team. Then you go to Nitro and ARCA, then you go to Tricon and Trucks, and then you probably go to Gibbs and Xfinity. And then what do? Do you go to it, or is he locked down with a Toyota team? How many Toyota guys have we seen get away from Toyota? We've seen William Byron. We've seen Harrison Burton and go back, which we love Harrison, but I still remember that did at Phoenix, Kevin Harvick. How much is that worth? Sorry, I just had to throw that jab in there. Anyway, Byron, Gregson, the list goes on of Toyota development drivers that ended up at other OEMs. So, and I've had this theory for a while that Hendrick or Chevy has a pipeline, Ford doesn't have a pipeline, and I think they're just relying on the overflow and just buying out everyone else. And it hasn't been a bad strategy for him, I guess. But no, I mean, as far as him switching to Toyota, I mean, it's an obvious they are the best at developing race car drivers, plain and simple. They're some of the best at identifying talent, and they will get you to Xfinity, and they will get a cup contract on your desk by the performance that is shown in that car. Whether it's a Toyota Cup contract on your desk, who knows? Now, granted, he's 13 years old and we're talking about Cup contracts, but it's worth noting because I think this is a high-profile driver even in the ranks he's at now. I've covered Keelan a lot, and I'm going to be covering him a lot more throughout the year. He obviously races in the Cars Tour, a lot of late-model stuff. He's displayed some of the most impressive driving talent I've seen out of someone that age and even older than that. So, yeah, but I don't know. Big win for Toyota. I think a big win for Keelan, though. I mean, I think this is this maybe allows Kevin to take his hands off of Keelan a little bit and kind of be like, all right, kid, you got it. Which I think Kevin's done a good job of doing already. But yeah. Looking at some of the comments, I see that we haven't exactly had a lot of growth in our fan base since 2007, because there was a lot of people about damn it, Caleb's going in cheating Yoders. So yeah. Anyway, that's your resident Harvick. That's your resident Harvick family knowledge with Buddy Pulley.
New segment of the show, Harvick Family Knowledge with Buddy Pulley. It seems like a great deal and a great opportunity for them, not just for Keelan, but for their entire family, and the way that pipeline works, the way that you describe it. I'm sure there's going to be good things. Young, 13 years old, that time's going to go by really quick.
I mean, if you look at it, he'll be probably in an ARCA car next fall, and then if you look at 2028, he'll probably be in a truck. The schedule stays the same, probably IRP in a Tricon truck, book it.
Okay. I mean, right. it is pretty fat, because this isn't the first time we've seen the funnel work the way that it is for TRD.
It's not rocket surgery.
No, rocket surgery. We're doing rocket surgery out here on BTYL each and every week. This is what you tune in for. You tune in and you call in. Not just to be below the yellow line, but on the yellow line, ladies and gentlemen, each and every week. We've got 3 callers this week.
Ooh, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Let's key it up and hear what you have to say about...
Hey, down, buddy. This is Brayton Last for the Pizza Man.
I'll be damned!
A big fan, first-time caller. I love what you guys are doing. I don't
We're
know
big fans, too.
We're going to play this. I might have already posted this on social media. Ironically, Adam texted me this morning asking what my ARCA schedule may or may not look like. But I will go ahead and we'll leak the first race here on below the yellow line. Yeehaw, brother.
Yeehaw,
I'm
indeed.
racing the ARCA Art Series at Kansas April 18th. I don't know if I'm going to post on social media by the time you guys get to this.
Woo!
And
All right.
we'll hopefully have our full schedule out next couple of weeks. But I can't confirm we'll at least be at Kansas. And the ARCA Menards dirt races at Springfield and DuQuoin will be with a new to us team for the dirt races.
Okay.
And we'll have full details hopefully later as we're putting together the rest of the schedule. But I love what you guys are doing, the whole team over at ATYL, and keep the good work. Thanks.
Thank
No
you.
embargo on that. My man, breaking news right on the show. Hell yeah.
For BTYL.
Dude, shout out to Brayton, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
We finally stole some breaking news from Above the Yellow Line and Taylor's show on Wednesday
We
nights.
did. Hey,
She's dropping
took 3
breaking
weeks.
news
Took
all
3
over the
weeks.
place.
Yeah.
We're in here. We got a piece of the pie now.
We're going to be eating pizza on the Yellow Brick Road out there in Kansas. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome to hear. We're excited for Brayton. Brayton's an actual friend of the program, of the ATYL media family.
Yeah.
So really excited to see him continuing his journey.
Brayton, we'll have to get the logo on the car this year again.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Caller number 2. I don't know what order these voicemails are in, so we're in for a treat. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Good morning, Sal and Buddy. This is your favorite NASCAR encyclopedia, Don Joseph. How the hell are you? So I'm looking at my wonderful case of die-cast cars and looking at my
Of course he is.
Joey Logano cars that I know Buddy loves so much.
Wonderful.
I can't help but think, after watching 400 miles at EchoPark Speedway, that Ford may never win on the superspeedways again until they completely overhaul their strategy on superspeedways, because I've just come to the conclusion they're so good at building a plan to be out front, and then they never win. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but, the Daytona 500, everyone was talking about the Fords, how good they were going to be, and they just completely blew it. I mean, they just collapsed. They are so good at letting the race get away from them. And 2311, specifically Tyler Reddick, obviously, has just really shown them what taking the lead and not giving it up really looks like. I don't know how you guys feel. I just think Ford might want to rethink their strategy on running the super speedways, because they are very good at getting in line, leading a bunch of laps, but when the going gets tough and they start counting down laps to go, like 10, 9, 8, and 7, all the
Big
other
counter.
manufacturers, the other
That's
teams
the way.
are plodding behind them, and they just go flying past them all in the final laps. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm still getting over Joey's race. He was not very good.
Skill issue.
Car was way too tight.
Way too tight.
And we got a great finish of Tyler Reddick winning, and I am personally very glad Hocevar didn't win the race.
Wow.
That's how I feel. I don't care how you feel.
Below the old line, Big Duke.
Special surprise guest, Big Duke, ladies and gentlemen.
Making an appearance.
We had Dom. We were listening to Dom's call. Big Duke chimes in.
A pop in, pop out appearance for Big Duke. Unexpected. Dom Joseph and Big Duke back to back.
Wow.
Like,
man.
Big Duke getting ready to record Nitro Nation here on a Monday night.
There's a lot to unpack here. Lots of friends of the program calling in.
We're so excited everybody wants to join us and be a part of this production, ladies and gentlemen. Expected or unexpected.
Look, everybody wants to be a part of Below the O-Line. I mean, I just had to, Dale Jr., he called me earlier. He was trying, I didn't think we could get a slot in there for him. But yeah, let's Dom's point about the Fords and their plans falling apart.
Yes.
The great Greek philosopher Mike Tyson once said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And
They seem to be getting punched in the face week after week. Pretty rough.
Yeah. I think, it's, you can over-engineer some of this stuff. And I think that might be what's happening. And I think we're coming back.
Yeah. All right, welcome back from our stage 1 break. We're taking you into stage 2 of Below the Yellow Line. Forgive us for some intermediate level technical difficulties. We were just talking a little bit about Dom Joseph's call, about him being a little bit concerned with the Ford performance at super speedways. One of these things, I think, where the Fords, when they're able to line up, like Dom said, like Buddy said, they are really tough to beat. We saw flashes at Atlanta where we had Austin Cindric up there with Ryan Blaney leading the race. When they get hooked up, they're really fast race cars. But if you can do the types of things that the field does, where, you saw Carson Hocevar make a very aggressive move, slingshots his way on the bottom line, able to break up that line. They leave that gap. There's an opening there. They're not nose to tail. I can definitely see where Dom is getting this idea that, maybe they need to switch some things up, because it's dominating until it's not. And unfortunately for the Ford cars, especially the Penske cars this past weekend, things like that, once you don't have the lead, once things start to deteriorate, it's really hard to get it back. So that was something I absolutely noticed, that Dom noticed, Buddy, that you talked about a little bit. And just one of those things that I'm sure they're going to want to go back and take a look at, and when they do their debrief, and kind of just understand how they can tune it up and get it better. But definitely, I don't think Dom is unjustified to be ready to throw a toaster in the bathtub there, and sound the alarm for what's happening in that camp.
Hey, it's a lesson to us though, getting that call though. NASCAR's always listening.
Always. They always have a man on the inside keeping tabs on what the media's got going on. But we got one more caller. We're gonna get into this one next. This one was fun, if it's the one that I think it is. So, well, here we go.
I just want to say that Chase Elliott is such a bitch. I cannot stand him. He has no talent, and he just has a sucky personality. But he's probably the hottest I've ever seen. That man, forget Riley Green. Just give me Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is a absolute stud, and as much as I hope he wrecks out at the racetrack, I always love seeing the post-race interviews with him. So.
All right, so that call, it was a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh my God! Talk about a Chase sexual. All right.
This is the president of the Chase Sexual fan club right here. I mean, hates him on the track, loves to see him in the post-race interview. So, I mean, if Chase Elliott rustles your jimmies and, sprinkles your ice cream, God bless you. I don't know what to tell you. Chase didn't end up on the right side of the coin this weekend at Atlanta, but I guess he got the job done for somebody.
They didn't even get a post-race interview. They want nothing to.
They don't want to give you that fuel, girl. You got to get control over yourself. Come on, now.
My God! Oh my God!
Bring it back.
What in the was that?
There's some people very excited to see Chase Elliott, but only in a certain capacity.
There's hotlines for this, and it's not the Below the Yellow Line hotline.
Yeah, we're not at matchmakers. We cannot set you up with Chase. Chase Elliott, not a friend of the show. Not someone that we can help you. But if you, hey, if you have a secret crush that you'd like to reveal to us here on Below the Yellow Line, you can.
You will remain anonymous.
If you want to remain anonymous, by all means, you can call us each and every week. Lines are always open. 336-560-2895 to profess your love to the wettest noodle of the NASCAR Cup Series field.
I'm just glad Seth called in another week.
Oh man! But I mean, fun calls. We're always happy to take them. play them out here on the show each and every week. We had some good ones. A good mix
Fun
this
is
week.
one way to put it.
We had a good mix this week. So
wow.
All good stuff there.
All right.
That moves us right along here into our AI sloppity slop AI content of the week. Is there anything we picked this week, or was it all just bad?
It was all kind of just bad. There's nothing that rustled my jimmies.
No. We can save it for another time.
Yeah. We're gonna reconvene.
Okay. We don't want to bring you mediocre AI slop.
No,
so
absolutely
only the
not.
highest
only
quality.
Top tier AI slop.
Only the best and
all right,
brightest.
I'm gonna be honest with the viewers here and the listeners. So I came up with the idea for the segment because I kept seeing all these slop pages pop up on my Facebook, and I started blocking them. I was like, I don't want to see this shit. And then the idea for the show came around. It's like, let's think of some segments, and I was like, we could throw in an AI slop page, and I've gone back and I've been able to retrieve some of the pages, but we're still deep diving trying to unblock the ones.
We're in the learning phase again. We're of the slop because there's so much of it. I think the funniest part of this whole segment when we get a good one is some of the comments. Just you can't go wrong. People eat some of this shit up with a spoon. They get them hook, line, and sinker on.
Yeah.
Bubba Wallace is this or Dale Jr.'s that, and they throw some crazy, very obviously, stories out there online.
Yeah.
And then you scroll down on Facebook, typically, not a shock. We're not ageist on this podcast, but if your pawpaw's out there scrolling around, in the comments thread, go get your mans because they're so bad and they're so obviously
on your Facebooks.
Yeah.
All right.
Put some parental blocks on there for them. Anyway, we've got some things that really fired us up this week. They really ground our gears up quite a bit. I know for me, Kyle Larson this week.
Oh man, here we go.
What a Dumbo Wumbo move that was, brother. It reminded me of that Family Guy clip where the lady turns over 7 lanes. I'm coming over now. Look, good luck, everybody else. I saw that tweet more than a handful of times because it was just, we talked a little bit about the spotter telling him what was going on and just in one ear and out the other, apparently. I don't know. Maybe that's just a racing deal where, you're not all the way locked in, but it's like early in the race and it's stage what, 2? Dude, come on. It's a discussion that's been had centralized around Kyle Larson with he's fast, he can win a ton of races, but he has a tendency to do these types of things. And it's like, obviously he's going to make the chase, but it's, if we're going by Denny Hamlin's rule of thumb, which, Denny Hamlin, gospel, it's the top 3 champion's going to come out of there. And you can't do that if you're driving all the way down under to turn yourself in Atlanta. Yeah, he was definitely below the yellow line there for a minute.
Way below. The line wasn't even yellow, and he's still below.
It was green, and it was more than a line by the time he got to it. So he was in the infield. The other couple of things here I'll hit on real quick. This Fox broadcast. Listen, we give flowers to CW and to a lot of these crews and a lot of these production teams, but Fox cut away from the Logano wreck and they cut away from a lot of shit this week. Like, as it's happening, we're watching Logano hit the wall and boom, we're back to this is an action, and somebody's fat finger slips and rubs up against the wrong key on the touchpad. All right, once in a while, but Fox, they got that reputation to a certain degree. What is it?
Continue.
And then the side-by-side commercials. I understand the need for the side-by-side commercials, but god damn it, every time I got up to get a beer and sit back down, we were in a side-by-side commercial. There's action going on all over the racetrack for the lead. Things are happening, and we're in a goddamn side-by-side commercial. Just feed me the commercials, full screen, for less time when it doesn't matter, and just let us watch the race. Like it was to a point where even Mike Joy was kind of taking a stab at the side-by-side commercial choices during the broadcast. So I don't know. I can't spend another year complaining about Fox. I mean, I can, but I won't, because it's just,
Sports 1, maybe.
It's been, they obviously, there's a priority there that they're working with IndyCar, and they're doing NFL, and they're doing a lot of different productions.
Give us the media rights deal.
I would love to have the media rights deal.
Oh my gosh.
Was
yeah,
that
could you imagine?
$8 billion contract, or whatever the
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, we'll take the first 13 races.
Yeah,
we got it.
Me and Buddy in the booth with Kevin and Clint and Mike Joy. 5-man booth would be insane. Nothing would get done.
Oh man, if you nothing would hurry Mike Joy's retirement more than that.
He'd be jumping out the window into the grandstands as fast as he could if he heard us up there. But I don't know if anybody else notices this. If you do, sound off.
We all notice it's bad.
I feel like you just got to say it out loud, because sometimes people say things out loud and changes happen. Like last week, Connor Zilic goes on Door Bumper Clear, and he talks about the throttle inputs that they put up on screen. I don't know if you saw this, buddy, but he basically ousted the network that for the O'Reillys and for the Truck Series, they're total shit. They just make them up, and the SMT data isn't real. That's the AI slop of the week. AI slop of the week is the broadcast.
Courtesy of Connor Zilic.
Connor Zilic dropping bombs.
He's trying to win. He's trying to win my love, dude. It's not gonna work, but he's trying.
He's trying. At least the man can try. But the point of bringing that up is that this week they were noticeably absent from the broadcast. So somebody at the networks heard this and said, "Uh-oh, they're not supposed to know. They're not supposed to know, those people on the TV that watch it. They're not supposed to know. Connor's us." And they took them away because they're not legit. So that was just part of my what got me hot under the collar a little bit this week. Just silly shit, really. So it's
silly. Correct word for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that got you all fired up this week, buddy? I mean,
dude, Atlanta in general,
uncharacteristically calm right now.
Hey man, I'm having a good time. It's we had a nice stage 2 break. I I went and had some snacks, a soda pop, and I'm chilling, dude. No, Atlanta had me fired up this week. I mean, I went to the last Atlanta race before the repaved, and me and my buddies were there. We're like, man, we're gonna miss this. We're gonna miss this a lot. And yeah, no,
this is
right now. I don't.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like I watched the first couple Atlanta super speedway races, and there were a couple in there that I was like, yeah, see, this did not work at all, because it was just 2x2 or single file, and it was just like it was the same problems that we see at Daytona and Talladega, but just Atlanta in general, it's the weather there that just really wears the track out, ages it, and has really made for a fantastic racing product. And as someone who doesn't really, super speedway racing is not my favorite type of racing in the world by any means. It's hard. It's hard to not say this in top 3.
How would you describe this track for folks who are kind of new to the sport? All right, so they tune into Daytona. They know NASCAR goes fast. They know NASCAR goes left. They've seen stuff online. Atlanta, I think, is like slowly becoming that like very popular product to the casual fan. Helpful that it's off the heels of Daytona. So you got all this hype around Daytona. We talked about that last week, how good of a job like it seemed the marketing was doing to get folks engaged. And now, okay, cool, let's run it back at Atlanta. Not the same, but different. And in a lot of aspects, the racing in some instances is more exciting at Atlanta because you have the opportunity to take some big changes and take some big runs in a smaller, it feels smaller amount of time to get yourself to the front. I mean, what would you compare it to for somebody who's like new to the sport?
What would I compare Atlanta to? I mean, really, there's nothing. I mean, if they're a casual fan, they weren't around to see super speedway racing in its heyday, and so like that's what I really would compare it to.
Okay,
but I mean, if you kind of stack it up against, you take the first sample size of the season, marry kill Daytona, kill whatever's next, and
kill
and marry Atlanta. Yeah. I mean. But yeah, I mean, I think the progression of Daytona to Atlanta is good. I think it's something that IndyCar faces a lot of, has a lot of trouble with because they go from the Indianapolis 500 to whatever the hell Detroit is.
Yeah.
And then, but this is at least like you're seeing somewhat a similar product that you're seeing, and then you can throw them to the wolves next week once you got them hooked.
Yeah. I love that that's the way that they've lined it up. And I've heard people compare Atlanta to like a shrunk down Daytona or like a super speedway bull ring, which doesn't make a ton of sense. But if you know how bull ring racing kind of is, but I understand the concept of like, you're in this very kind of tight quarters super speedway racing. Tight quarters for super speedway racing is not typically something we get, but because of like the things you mentioned, that the way that this track wears, and the way that this car is set up, the Gen 7 car, and even the O'Reilly's cars and the trucks, like the new aero packages really work well with what's happening on the track, with the degradation of the asphalt, and it all just seems to meld into this beautiful product that Atlanta has been giving us. So generations of good racing in different ways at Atlanta.
Yeah, and I think too, like, if if we're speaking to a casual fan, we're going to go to Bristol here in a little bit, and then we're going to go to Dover for an all-star race, and Dover's a big old Bristol on steroids. This is Atlanta's like it's smaller, but it's Daytona on steroid. I don't know how that exactly works, but yeah, same kind of.
It's got that feel.
Type of deal. Yeah,
it's
got that feel. Yeah.
We always pick who we think is going to finish last.
Yeah.
In Atlanta, I picked Austin Cindric. Austin Cindric finished 26th. Buddy, I, for the life of me, do not remember who you picked.
JJ Yaley.
You picked JJ Yaley. JJ Yaley did not finish last. So neither of us have hit the target, but JJ Yaley did not finish ahead.
Where did JJ Yaley finish?
He did not finish ahead of Austin Cindric. So that puts Buddy up 2-0.
Baby. That's 2.
Pick and pick this year for the back of the pack. There were some incidents early on, I think, that really gave Buddy the advantage there. JJ Yaley and that New York Motorsports car. I think your logic last week was they're not a full-time team. They run into mechanical gremlins. So logically, this was a good pick, but I seem to go over my shoes here and end up picking drivers that I think are going to wreck their way to the front. But by the time they get to the front, Buddy's pick's already in the garage. So I gotta do some tweaking.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, lots of good things coming out of Buddy Pulley HQ right now.
That's where all the great minds come to really flesh things out, brother.
Happy's about to unplug my Happy was about to unplug my ring light over here.
Happy's about to put you out of business at Buddy Pulley HQ. He heard you say that this was Buddy Pulley HQ, and he said, these people don't know this is Happy headquarters over here.
100%. 100%.
We're going to Coda next week.
Yeah.
A road course. It's an altered road course, right? Not the F1 full layout.
Yeah.
So people who are new to the sport or haven't seen a lot of Cup Series road racing, they did it last year. It's kind of a separation from what they've done in the past. But Coda's a special place. I know who we both think may finish first, but who do you think will finish last at Circuit of the Americas?
No, because he might put Joey Hand in that car.
Oh, yeah, because he's walking with the cane, right?
we're gonna go Ty Gibbs.
Okay. Ty Gibbs,
Ty
though,
Gibbs.
A pretty stout road racer.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna have some issues.
Okay. What do you care to elaborate, or is this just a feeling that you have?
He's had a rough start to the year. And it's just he's kind of been bad news bears. Just well, man. Now you got me questioning it because now I think back to Mexico.
You had a good run in Mexico.
Can I switch my pick?
Oh, you can if you'd like. One switch per episode. Don't
Riley Herbst. I'm going Riley Herbst. I'm sorry, Riley. We are Riley Herbst stands. We said it last week on the show, but yeah, we're going the other monster car. Maybe that's where I was thinking. I don't really know why I said Ty Gibbs.
A lot of races Ty Gibbs may finish last in, but I feel like road courses are a place he kind of
no disrespect to Ty.
No, Ty's got it together. He just, like a lot of our picks, we always feel like drivers who race well but are aggressive, like end up putting themselves in that tough spot where they could.
I know who I should have picked. Anyway, go ahead.
For me, I think this is a Cody Ware weekend at COTA. I don't really see the 51 team putting a road course package together that makes sense. I don't know what Cody's history really in depth of road course racing is.
Races some sports cars and some Indy cars on road courses.
I think I fear for them the thing that you feared for JJ Yeley, where if there's any issues, I feel like the issues at road courses are so compounded that it can really put you in a tough spot really early on. So that's kind of my reasoning behind it. That's not just like a sandbag pick. I think the 51 team has gotten way better. What they're doing at Rick Ware Racing has improved in leaps and bounds over the last couple of years. We talked a little bit about what Rick Ware's doing in terms of business and getting his charter situation set up, what he could do, what he might do, what he is doing from the business side to really set that team up for a future. And if you're not in the know on Rick Ware Racing, a couple of years back, if you would have sat here and said, yeah, Rick Ware Racing's really doing some smart things to set themselves up for the long haul, you would just kind of tilted your head and thought about that for a minute, like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
But I think there's always been a plan, and we see that coming to fruition. But I think COTA is one of those places where small teams or teams that are really focusing on a particular type of racing, issues can happen. And again, when they do happen, it goes hairy in a hurry because of the way road course racing works.
Good analysis.
Right? That's fair, right? I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to get on somebody's shit and offend.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I try to come.
I don't know what to my knowledge, Riley's road course prowess. I remember him. Mexico didn't go good for him. Chicago didn't go good for him. So, it's one of those things that, prove me wrong, dude. Like,
absolutely.
Honestly, and I hope he does. I do like Riley quite a bit. So,
yeah, good people running into good team. I mean, he's done well. He did well in the Daytona 500 to help Tyler Reddick in that whole 2311 program. So
he had a rough Atlanta, but
yeah. Bounce backs, whatever it takes.
Them's the breaks.
Well, Dems is the breaks. That's racing. Anything extra that you felt from the weekend or leading up into next week that we have an open floor kind of moment here to air out the dirty laundry?
Is this the Italian goodbye?
We're gonna get into that next. We're right button up to it.
I always get that wrong. Coming into next week. We are a professional journalistic podcast here for sure. And so we obviously don't have any biases, but I got some hopes for old Circuit of the Americas that we could come out of there with we here at Buddy Pulley HQ we're expecting some big things over here at at the headquarters. So
okay. I mean, I think I don't think it's unpopular to say that Shane van Gisbergen is the likely favorite.
I didn't say Shane van Gisbergen.
I think you can say it if you want to say it, because it is definitely.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, he's going for history. And also he's going for history. It'd be 6 road course wins in a row. It'd be a record-breaking win, a record that he holds right now, because he's won the last 5. He would have won on every road course on the schedule until we get to where are we going? San Diego.
Oh yeah, Coronado.
Yeah. So I think if you look back last year too, there was a real turning point for the then 88, now 97 team, around the All-Star race, where things just kind of clicked. He's running 30 something most weeks, and then something clicked and the performance took an uptick for sure, and that's when he went on his tear and won 5 road courses. Coda was obviously before that, and I think they didn't have all their things together, and so I think he's got that together. He seems to have a pretty strong start to the year. So Trackhouse as a whole, I feel like has done a good job. I mean, Ross has been, he was fast at Daytona. He was fast in Atlanta. Shane was fast at Daytona. He obviously got a good finish at Atlanta too, after 74 spins, and somehow ended up back 6. And then Connor Zilic is a driver. Okay, let me stop. Connor, he was quick. He's a good stage 1 right now. He'll figure out stage 2 and stage 3 later on in the year, maybe.
It's a growing experience for.
It's what being a rookie's all about. You don't just win out of the gate like some people think.
Yeah.
But as a whole, Trackhouse it seems like they've come out of the gate stronger this year. I mean, because Trackhouse is a team that I've paid a lot of attention to in the past couple years, mainly because you're gonna hear it a million times this year. My mom was my mom is a Daniel Suarez fan. Shout out to mom. I obviously have an affinity for the Down Under, and even Super Speedway Racing, that team had been hit or miss, and they seem to have come out the gate strong this year. And so I think I don't know where this stemmed from, but
do you think there's anybody who's got something close for Van Gisbergen in the Cup Series? I mean, we talk a little bit about a Connor Zilic. We've seen him. He raced Coda last year, ended up sending it off into the tires, but I think that was part of a multi-car kind of incident. That's who comes to mind to me immediately, but this is a rookie in a new car trying to navigate his way. It didnto really go the way they wanted it to last time.
I think he probably has a good qualifying run. I think this is a week for Connor where he needs to have a good solid run. I'll be honest, and I'm not trying to. I know people in the comments, but I don't think he's going to contend for the win. I think he's going to be top 5. Probably that would be a great day for him. I just, once it comes down to it, and you have the Bells and the Reddick, I think is going to be strong too. And then obviously SVG, I think it's going to be a learning experience for Connor. But we'll see what happens. That's why we run the race. So.
That's right. I'd love to see Kyle Busch kind of put him up on the dash. A couple of years back there, he had a chance to win. And
last year,
yeah, on strategy, unfortunately, just didn't have the tire to hold off the field there. I think Christopher Bell won that race.
Christopher Bell, Reddick and Byron up there too.
Yeah,
going 4 wide.
It was fun to watch the closing stages of that one, and it was one that Kyle Busch, I think, kind of would have. I mean, not traditionally the road course guy when you think of who's dominant at these types of tracks, but could have pulled one out of his hat. So I'm interested to see maybe if he has a good day. I know that group probably would love a little bit of a lift in terms of what they're doing. And they got some fast cars this year. They've been in unfortunate situations. I mean, start on the pole for Daytona and it goes sideways. And he looked pretty good at Atlanta until Gragson kind of gave him the off center bump and sent him down into the wall. And it gets rough, and it gets rough in a hurry. So hopefully, because of the nature of this type of racing where everybody kind of gets gapped out, he can kind of have a solid run for the day, but we'll see, I guess.
Don't sleep on Carson Hocevar.
He said it himself in his interview that he wasn't too jazzed about going to COTA. He's already talking about Phoenix, so I don't know about that, but we'll see, I guess.
Okay.
While everybody's focusing on COTA for the Cup Series and for the Xfinity Series, for the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series.
There you go.
Damn. Trucks are in St. Pete alongside IndyCar. So there's a lot of cool shit going on in Florida, in that St. Pete Grand Prix.
Dude, you don't talk about peanut butter and ladies, cocaine and waffles, trucks and IndyCar, dude. I mean,
it's one of the coolest opportunities this series gets to cross.
I hate I'm not gonna be there.
It's gonna be something to see. I mean, I'd love to get out of Jersey right now and get down to Florida. I mean,
dude,
25 inches of snow out my door right now. But I mean, St. Pete is a unique place because of this IndyCar doubleheader that they're going to do with the Truck Series. You're getting a lot of spillover of drivers from IndyCar that want to come run trucks. You're getting a lot of interest back and forth. I think it serves both series really well to do this. I've seen some hot paint schemes coming out. I mean, that 44 is running a tahine scheme in St. Pete. I've been loving the Dollar Tree machine, that number 1.
Yeah, Dario's got a good one.
That thing looks hot, dude. Green race cars, if you do them right, they look sexy. But Dollar Tree Racing, not on my bingo card ever, but good looking truck.
James Hinchcliffe is running too this weekend.
Okay.
Old Hinchtown.
Hinch running? I think I haven't even been able to keep up with that entry list because there's been so many hot seat drivers I feel like that are coming in to run that series. It's really something I don't think I've ever seen.
And who's running the Ram?
Oh,
who was it? I don't remember who. I can't remember.
I'll pull it up now.
It's a road course guy.
I think it's Colin Braun.
Colin Brown. That's right. Colin Brown. Yeah. Truck Series winner.
Truck Series winner. We got quite a few. Wesley Slimp is going to be in the 62 entry, I believe, for Halmar Friesen Racing.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. He's shout out Ty Fredrickson. That's his he was driving for Ty their team during the World Series of Asphalt.
Yeah, there's Derek White will be in the 69. Let's see, any special names? Colin Braun will be in there as well. We just mentioned him. Yeah, it's going to be, there's still some empty slots here too as I'm scrolling through the entry list.
Hey, we could take a flight.
And I don't know who might fill some of these seats, but it's on NASCAR.com.
Hey, I hear that approval process ain't too tough.
Real. I'll give them my iRacing license.
Dude, I got $12 and a headshot. What's up?
Well, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a team out there looking for a driver, Buddy Pulley HQ is open for business.
That's right. That's right.
You've got the 7 truck open. They've got a sponsor, Roaring Pines Motor Club, but the 7 truck does not yet have a name listed on the official roster.
That's me. I'm driving the Spire 7.
The 76 and the 77, that's Mike Hillman Sr.'s car, as well as the other 70. Or is that who that is? Yeah, crew chief Mike Hillman Sr. That's our co-worker Chase Folsom's uncle. Get the inside scoop, brother. Come on.
Yeah.
What is the name of this team? Freedom Racing Enterprises in the 76, and then the 77 Spire truck, not yet designated.
We could be teammates, dude.
Kyle Busch and Carson Hocevar and Sal Nicosia and Buddy Pulley. Same, but different, but still same.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Yeah.
I would hate.
Oh man,
I would hate running St. Pete.
Perfect.
Nothing about it. I want to watch it and enjoy it. I don't even want to go near it on roadblocks, bro. So that's what we've kind of got looking us down the barrel for next week. COTA and St. Pete, 2 road course races for these series. I don't really have too much else, buddy. The Italian goodbye. Last week you mentioned that you had some Raleigh pizza. And when I went back and listened to the episode, I realized that I had never mentioned it to you again during the Italian. So I'd like to know about this Raleigh pizza that you've experienced, and I'd like you to try to help me experience it without damaging my taste buds where I'd have to try it myself.
All right. Well, I mean, it's I don't
Domino's?
remember. No, definitely was not Domino's. No, it was a good Italian place. I can't remember the name of it. Right down the street from my house. I'm not going to dox myself, but 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 no, it was good. It had, it had good flop to it when you picked it up,
Okay.
but it wasn't, it wasn't too greasy.
That's good. It's important.
It wasn't dripping. I didn't get nothing on my nice pants from Koofandy. Like,
No free ads, buddy. Come on.
no free ads. Never mind. But yeah, some pepperoni, some sausage. They had the nice sliced sausage, not the crumble. I like that.
What do
I
you
like that
get
better.
on your pizza typically when you order a slice of pie?
Dude, as a man who worked in pizza for 12 years, I've made some crazy.
Man right there. That's a legacy pizza man right
made
there.
some crazy concoctions in my day. Chili pie. We've made taco pizza. Oh, they're all good. They're all fantastic. I just get me a cheese and pepperoni. That's what I like.
That's a simple man. That's
simple. Yeah.
Very.
A little wine, cheese, pepperoni.
Ladies, you heard it here first, Buddy Pulley, a man of pepperoni and cheese pizza on the first date. If that ain't enough to get you back, I don't know what is.
I mean, yeah. I'm no Chase Elliott, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this sauce on this pie. I need to know a little bit about this sauce. Is it bitter? Is it sweet?
It was good sauce. I don't know, dude. It was
good. Buddy?
Dude, I don't know. It was a week and a half ago.
Oh, see, if it was as good of a
it was
slice
solid.
as you think it is, you remember
as
it
a
week
guy.
and a half
Look,
later.
No. As a guy, like I said, I worked at Pizza 12 and some
Big
change
pizza
years.
industry guy. He knows all the ins and outs.
All the ins
all sides
and
of
outs.
all sides of the pie.
Yeah. I know a bad pizza for sure. This
Okay.
was not one of them, and
All
that's what I can leave you at. But yeah.
What's your opinion on a white pie? Are you a white pie man? Do you ever do a little?
Dude, I'm a firm believer. Anything can go on a pizza.
I like your
anything.
So the ham and pineapple debate. That's not an issue.
That's not a thing,
whatsoever.
dude. I've put crazy things. I made a pizza once. Shout out to my buddy George if he's listening. We used to camp with him at Daytona, and we used to sit at the guard shack down at the Turn 1 tunnel, and we'd take a cooler full of beer, and we'd hang out with the guard, and we'd watch drivers come in from Volusia County or New Smyrna. We saw Corey LaJoy in there come through one night. I'll tell you that story off the pod. And a couple other people. But anyway, he recommended this pizza. He's like, tuna fish, pineapple with French dressing.
That's cheese and red sauce on it?
No, just red sauce, cheese,
cheese, and then tuna
and
fish. What is it? Tuna fish, pineapple, and French dressing as on top.
Yeah. So I tried it. It was very good. I was very good. I did throw up.
I feel like that's a pizza that I would also throw up. I
did throw up. It was very good. Very good. I did throw up.
Fish on pizza, it's very delicate in my experience.
I think you're focusing on the wrong things.
Well,
I think
the French dressing and pineapple together is psychotic.
Anything can go on a pizza. Not anything can go on a pizza together.
Anything can go on a pizza, but some things shouldn't go on a pizza for sure. I had a clam and sausage pie one time that would have absolutely blown your mind.
A clam and sauce. I don't know about the sausage.
Clam
I can
and
deal with
surf and turf.
The clam, surf and turf. That's
Lee's Tavern in Staten Island, New York, has the best and most of our core listeners will probably never be up far enough to go there. But if you are in the area and you get the chance, Lee's Tavern is the place to get a surf and turf. I had a what do they call that when they bake the clams? Clams Casino. I had a Clams Casino pie not too long ago also. That was
eccentric.
Very delish.
Yeah.
Wouldn't get it again. It was all right, but it was delish for one time delish.
What's the best racetrack food you ever had?
Oh, beer.
Hell yeah.
I camped at Bristol
I'll drink
one year,
to that.
and we made steak and eggs in the parking lot. Real bougie shit for a tailgate.
Yeah. There's
inside the track. I think Daytona had the best food I had ever had. I got like chicken fingers, and the chicken fingers were slapping.
Dude, Darlington this year had a cheeseburger wrap that was incredible.
Talk dirty to me about this
Dude, it was,
cheeseburger wrap.
oh man, Southern 500, you're however many beers deep, it's no short of 150 degrees outside. You're sitting there watching, oh man, that cheeseburger wrap. There's a buddy of mine, Andy Newsom, apparently, this is a legend, that he makes an incredible Spam, egg, and cheese sandwich. I've yet to try it, but love me some Spam, dude. Shout out to Lake Speed.
I've only recently been introduced to the wonders of Spam.
Dude, Spam slaps.
We have a similar Spam style meat up here in my neck of the woods called pork roll. Very similar to Spam, but a little, some nuance to it. It's not quite as salty. There's less pig part in it, whatever's in that shit, who knows. But Spam I've had with, you ever go to like, I go to this Japanese grocery store up North Jersey, and I get, it's rice with like like an omeletted egg and a piece of Spam on top of it. I'm not gonna know that. Even if I knew the name, I'd mispronounce it. So it's just better off I describe it as it's being built.
Yeah.
And it's got a little wrap of seaweed around her. It looks like a big ass piece of Spam sushi with egg. This thing is unbelievable, buddy. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna get out of here.
Dude,
demolish something.
I had me a steak quesadilla earlier. I'm about to make me another one.
Oh, baby, I'm jealous.
Yeah,
all right,
that's right.
Before we make ourselves and everyone out there listening extra hungry, we want to thank you for tuning in to our Italian goodbye food conversation segment of the show.
Italian goodbye. Never know what the hell it's going to entail.
I'll give you a little food review. At Track Food Reviews, buddy, I think could be something.
Oh, we got plans.
Good content. Maybe that's something to look forward to for all the
Bologna burger at South Boston. I'm going to a race this weekend too.
Where are you headed?
Car store opener at Southern National Motorsports Park in Lucama, North Carolina.
All right.
Yep. Tune into On Tour. Be out next Wednesday recapping everything from Southern National.
All right, you can find Buddy every week, just about every week, on the On Tour program. Buddy, you got a couple other irons in the fire too. You've been doing some stuff with Chase and a couple other things. What else are you got going on here in the ATYL media ecosystem?
Well, On Tour, that's my ATYL
First and foremost.
We got some weekly content coming. Happy is what's up, Happy?
Happy wants to be part of the content too.
He always wants to be part of the content. We got some weekly stuff coming to be announced coming soon. And then I'm also a writer for Short Track Scene, so that's always fun as well.
And where can people find you online, buddy? Tell them where they can find
the
you.
Buddy Pulley.
At the Buddy Pulley.
At the Buddy Pulley. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, LinkedIn, Threads.
LinkedIn. He's on LinkedIn. You can find Buddy everywhere. You can find Sal at SlideJob Sal, Instagram, TikTok. Not on Facebook. Definitely on LinkedIn. You can come find me. I do this show each and every week with Buddy. We have a whale of a time. We're glad everybody listens and contributes to the call-ins.
Happy's
and the
biting my
voicemails.
arm. Cut this off.
Happy said the show is over, and on that note, we'll wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for another week. We will see you back here same time next week after Circuit of the Americas and St. Pete. Have a good one, everybody.